To see whether or not vegetarians are at a lower risk of cardiac events, such as heart attacks, out of 76,000 participants, those who were vegetarian were on average 25% less likely to die of a heart disease. In the same study, vegetarians were proven to consume less saturated fat and cholesterol, and more vitamin C, E, potassium, magnesium, and other
Research with Loma Linda University in California found that vegans have the smallest carbon footprint generation of 41.7% smaller volume of greenhouse gases than meat eaters do. Meat consumption is responsible for releasing greenhouse gases such as methane, CO2, and nitrous oxide. These gases contribute to climate change, such as global warming.
Today we're talking about how the consumption of fish can come with multiple health risks. In salmon farms, viruses and disease can spread and infect quickly. There are diseases like PD, HSMI, and GD. The most problematic virus there is PRV. PRV is found in over 70% of farmed salmon and can be transmitted from farms to wild salmon. Humans consume both wild and farmed fish. Consuming these fish with these diseases can make us have infections, bacterial or immune system, and also inflammation. Within an hour, symptoms every hour for human consumption in the US. 6 million. That's around the quarter of the population of Tokyo. Cattle farming is the largest contributors to greenhouse gases. And according to WWF, 1/3 of habitable land is used for cattle farming and another quarter for other livestock, which leads to deforestation for other animals. Livestock accounts for 80% of global agricultural land, but only supplies less than 20% of the world's calories, whereas plants account for less than 20% of the agricultural land and supplies us about 70% of our calories.
More than 70% that everyone should be vegetarian because it's better for the environment. I'm Lisa, and I'll be starting off by pointing out my main point. Did you know that to produce just 1 liter of soy milk requires 300 liters of water? A report from the World Wildlife Fund found that the production of soy-based proteins, such as tofu, could contribute more to greenhouse gas emissions than eating locally produced meat. Not to mention, farmers now use glyphosate. This means that farmers can kill weeds by spraying it without killing their soybean crops. Not only that, but soy can contribute to deforestation, soil erosion, and strained water sources. Unsustainable water use exhausts the natural underground water sources. Soy production uses so many fertilizers
Sources of animal protein and turns it into plant-based protein that has anti-nutrients, which leads to a problem in the guts. However, animal protein does not include these anti-nutrients. And we all know that meat is the most convenient protein source available. However, it is difficult to find food that perfectly replaces the nutrients of meat. And fat is one of the main three nutrition. And even though there is fat in vegetable oil, there are fats that are only available in animal oil. Therefore, being vegetarian can lead to your body being skinny.
That are useless to vegetarians now. Since the ratio of chickens to humans in the world is 3-to-1, more than 19 billion livestock chickens will die for no reason once there's no one to eat them. They serve no purpose. According to Salazar Central, some species reproduce fast, which means that it's necessary for humans to hunt them. And if they overpopulate, ecosystems and food chains will be destroyed. For example, if we didn't hunt deer, too many in one ecosystem causes overgrazing, forest damage, and loss in undergrowth, meaning that small animals and birds have no homes. They will be sad and they will die. If we didn't hunt fish, then we don't hunt tuna, right? Another top predator that needs to be hunted. If they overpopulate, then
We have been farming and eating livestock for around 10,000 years. It shapes jobs, trades, religions, and cultural identities. China is the largest producer in the world with approximately 88 million tons production per year of meat. The United States comes second with approximately 47 million tons yearly production. In 2017, the meat and poultry industry produced 9 million chickens, 242 million turkeys, and 2.2 million sheep and lambs. The meat and poultry industry is broadly responsible for 5.4 million jobs. An estimated 527,019 people have jobs in production and packing. Importing on causing not making our lives towards it, and plus yes, there's a life cycle.
Okay, well, we're each gonna have to be able to rebut, so like.
We have to. Japan has the most consumption when they have the third most long life expectancy.
Okay, yeah. To the end of the world, like, but eating that much meat as much as we are eating right now at the moment, that's gonna lead to the end of the world. We're all gonna go extinct. We're gonna die. But like a couple of lost jobs, okay, that can lead to a lot of deaths. But
example, chickens, you said that they'll be sad and then they'll just die. But what I'm wondering is, at least we weren't causing their death, and because instead of us eating it and consuming these fats and causing a risk to cancer or stuff that Teo said, at least we're not causing any of this, and they'll die like peacefully.
And you start petting it, but you still kill a cow and eat it. Would you say the same thing if you see dogs being killed and when you eat them, you would be sad. But when you see a plate of beef, you just eat it.
Examples of different options that vegetarians can eat. Also, Aja, about the chickens. I understand that we have to let chickens follow their natural life cycle, but for example, fish, dead bodies can also leave a toxic residue for humans. So does it really matter, like if the toxic residue is in the fish when you
That argue that even though there are results pointing out that meat versus health issues, practices that are not caused by meat or chemically processed vegetable or oil are actually the cause of heart disease.
Idea, what you said about the chickens, I don't think you're getting my point because we are slaughtering the chickens, the livestock chickens, because vegetarians have no more use for them, right? They're not just gonna eat the leftover chickens, they're left over. So we need to kill them. Or if you're thinking about just letting them live and taking resources and continuing to eat until they naturally die.
Stated that eating meat decreases the life expectancy because of many diseases. But Japan has 96% of Japan's population consumes meat, when it is number third for
Forcing our body to be herbivores is ignoring the maximum of our body. Can I say that the life cycle isn't that like also relationship? You know what I mean? Like, how like land animals, they also you know what I mean? Like they also